cleft bomb that long was obviously very difficult for defensemen when Benning went down as well. And I'll ask the injury update.
Yeah. Well, we won't know on Clef till tomorrow. We think he's going to be okay. Playing five, I thought all five guys played well, and there was a lot of rotation, and they got a lot of ice time. I didn't think we missed a beat. When it went down to four, it got a little scary, because now you're a penalty away from having a tough time killing a penalty or whatever. But it was a little, going to four was, we're crossing our fingers. Hopefully Ben could get back in. But that playing five and rotating like Trent did with him, I thought, and especially guys like Larson and Russell and Nurse, I thought those guys logged great minutes and played very, very well. And they came out on both sides too, left and right. I thought they did a great job.
The Cave line, I know they didn't get on a score sheet tonight, Ken, but especially in the second period, Cave had 4 shots, a lot of really good chances, chase on. What did you see from that line?
Well, it's what I've seen from that line. It's what I've seen lately. They're getting a lot of zone time that changes momentum. We were on our heels in the second period. They changed momentum for us. They brought it back. They had those 3 shifts in a row where they controlled the game down low, and that's what they did. I just like the way those guys play. I like the way that Cave plays right now. He adds, you get a guy that's giving you the minutes he's given. He's really doing a job killing penalties for us. So in the working areas, he builds momentum for us. He's not just kind of running the clock out. He's building momentum for us. And if you look, after their shifts, the next 2 shifts, we end up burying them in their own zone. And I think he's added a lot to our group, and he's getting better and better. And you just wish for him, he gets 2 or 3 quality chances a game. You wish one of those would go in so he feels good for himself. But they're giving us a lot of momentum, Jason, a lot.
Pretty exciting 48 hours for Zach Kassian. Can you maybe speak to how things have gone for him over the last?
Yeah, and he's arguably the most popular guy in the room, and it's a pretty exciting time for him. And I just think this is the best I've ever seen him play, and he's got great composure with his game going right now, and it's good to see. I mean, he's augmented that line in a real positive way. And I think everybody feels really good for him because he's such a sincere guy in that locker room right now.
Ken, I know you've talked about just wanting to stay in the hunt. I don't know if during the game at the intermissions, if you're looking at the out-of-town scoreboard or not, and if so, everything went well for you tonight with all the teams you're chasing losing. Do you tell the team about that during an intermission, or do you wait till after the game?
No, we don't tell the team, but are we looking at it? Yes. I mean, we have our iPads and all the scores are rolling across our iPads. We knew exactly where we stood going in the third period. We knew where we stood going in the overtime. And we know now we're 5 out with a game in hand, that's doable. That's more than doable if we continue at this pace. But we got to continue at this pace. And, we're playing the same team as the Rangers we're playing on Wednesday. They play the same press-up game. They play the same pressure game. They force you in all kinds of mistakes. It's a high-energy hockey club. It's the same game. I mean, when those two played each other a couple of days ago, it was an absolute track meet, and we just got to be ready for that. But we're 5 out with a game in hand. That's doable if we keep playing at this pace.
Draisaitl just continues. It's not like it's a short hot streak. It's obviously a guy now that's on an elite streak and up to 4th in league scoring. Huge goal again for your team tonight. Is there a certain specific thing that impresses you the most that you've seen during this 14-game streak?
Well, tonight was a little bit of an adjustment for him because he played wing. So sometimes when you play wing, the first time you play it, you feel like you're standing still a lot, which I thought he felt like he was standing still. He wasn't. He was in position. But the thing that has helped his game is patience with the puck. It hasn't led to frustration. He's hung on to the puck and made good plays under pressure rather than force the play and then have to skate back 200 feet. It's allowed him to have more offensive zone time, more control of the hockey game. That's what's really changed, is that he's a 200-foot player with the puck now. He's always been, for me, a good 200-foot player without the puck. But because he's able to control the game, he's able to buy time, wait for help, it's allowed him to keep the puck in the zone, and it's worn out people. The overtime goal is a perfect example. They held the puck, and then they forced mistakes. It's in the back of the net.
Can you talk to Brodziak coming to Benning's defense there? Kyle doesn't fight very often, but it didn't take much for him to.
What was that, Sir Jim?
You talked to Kyle Brodziak coming to Benning's defense there after the hit, because Kyle doesn't fight very often.
Yeah, I like that. I think when Brodsy's emotionally engaged, he's a good player. And, this is 3 of the last 4 games that he's been an engaged player, and that's what we're going to need moving forward. I think he's a lot tougher than people realize. I think he's very good on the wall. And when he's emotionally engaged and he stays with it, he can control his part of the game. And I think when he plays with an edge, he plays with an anger, he's a very, very effective player.
Ken, how confident were you in that coach's challenge that you made that it would turn out in your favor, and were you surprised, I guess, by that?
Well, the information we got, we waved it off. And we waved it off because we saw the stick, and then we got more information. We tried to buy time with the referees, and we got more information that it wasn't our stick. And then when we saw it wasn't our stick, we made the call. But the first bit of information was we thought it was our stick that hit him in the helmet, but it was his own players. Thank you. Okay.